Yeah, let's wait a couple of minutes, Umang. Let everybody join. I don't want them to miss at the starting. So another 2 minutes. We'll start at 3:05 as we discussed. We can start. Yeah, thank you, Umang. Thanks for the session. Okay, I will start. First, let me start by introducing myself. Yeah, I think you can see me on video. Actually, I graduated in 2018 from BIT College, Bangalore Institute of Technology. So after that, I got placed in office campus itself. So I worked since so far I worked nearly have a 3 years of experience after graduation. So I worked as an intern as a machine learning engineer. So I got a job as a machine learning engineer. So the reason I wanted to take this session is because so many students nowadays are having a confusion on what to take as a career path because not everybody is CS computer science students here. Somebody is struggling with programming and a lot of technical stuff will be there in data science as well. But don't feel any pressure. It is for everybody. You can change the domain. The reason I want to take this session is I want you to understand what is domain knowledge, why you should have domain knowledge, why domain knowledge in IT industry is really important. And at the end of the day, obviously, everybody needs money. So in IT, in order to survive or whatever it is. So for that reason, in order to get high package in IT industry and get the required job, so that's why I've been taking a session. I think most of the people here are fresher, as I told by Umang previously. So if you feel free to talk anything, any discussion, or if you want to any questions, please note it down. We'll have a quick 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the session just to answer Q&A. So we'll start the session. I will share my PPT over here. Let me know if you can see the PPT. Give me a minute. Let me. Please let me know if you can see the screen, my screen, through whole desktop, so that I can start. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now please, everybody, be on mute. If you have any questions or anything, you can raise a hand in between. Or if you have a not, so related to the subject or anything, you can ask me at the end of the session. I will be having 15 minutes dedicated to Q&A. So please make note or anything if it is anything. So I will share the PPT right now. I think you can see the screen. You can see the PPT. Yeah, as you can see, this session will be from transition from college, or if you as a fresher as a data science, you can take care of this one. So the agenda of this session, so I will be discussing different domain in the IT industry, and understanding the main data science domain, and introduction to the data science, what are the technique involved, and why data science is important, and which field and where data science is used, and which are the best companies in order to work in a data science, and tools required, and what are the job roles as a data science, and how to research on data science regarding online courses are available in few of those, and how to apply for jobs in data science. So last day we'll be having Q&A session at the end of the session. At the end of the session, I'll be having 15 minutes, so we can discuss on that. Let me not make it boring. We can make it a discussion. See, I will tell you what is exactly domain. Domain is something like, it is one area of a computer program. As you can see the definition here, it is one subject area of the computer program that includes all the aspect in that entire area. For example, some domain I can say is artificial intelligence. Some upcoming domain is artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. It may be a software developer. So like this, there are different domains in IT industry. So if you have overall basic knowledge of each and everything, so it is really helpful in order to understand all the requirement, whatever customer requirements are there, and all the technical terminologies that you want to acquire. So, and it also improve the quality of your work at office, and it helps to gain the efficient work. And so that is the reason you should have a good domain knowledge in IT industry. So if you have overall knowledge in a bit by bit of everything, so you can switch jobs very easily. As a fresher, they can give priority while getting an interview at that time. So that is the reason I wanted to take some time in order to understand your domain, how domain is knowledge. Because the reason I'm telling you this, when I started my college out, I did not know that, okay, domains are there. Okay, there is a software development, there is a software testing. So many freshers feel that it is very complicated to get a job in specific domain. And when we get campus placed, we are not sure whether to go for this domain or this domain. So we will be like, okay, whatever give a job get, we'll go for them. And most of the companies, MNCs, who are hiring for many people at the same time, their package will be like 3.5 or 4 lakh for you. And there are some companies which ask you to sign a bond for 1 or 2 years or 3 years. So after that, when you go to the company, you will realize all this stuff, okay, there are different domains. Okay, I really wanted to work on this. So mostly people who are getting hired here know C, obviously, but there are different programming languages which have their own purposes and own uses. So you have to see in that direction. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand how IT and how we can start at IT industry. And instead of getting 3.5 lakh package or 4 lakh package in MNCs, we can get a good company where we can use all our technologies, whatever we are learned in throughout the 4 years. We are definitely heading in the same direction. So we just wanted to make sure that we are getting more money, like whenever we got to work or opportunities, something like that. So we'll come to the data science. So basically what data science is, in the simple words, I can say it is a science that involves all the data. It may be, there are different kinds of data as well. It's not only textual data. There are even video calls, videos, audios, all text files. So these all comes under data. It is uh, not only text format. You can see data each and everywhere. Whenever you text on WhatsApp, that is also called considered as a data, one type of data. Whenever you hang out, whenever you call, so everything is considered to be as a data. So this data can be acquired from web servers. Whenever you Google something, if you want to see any sports, you go to the website. That is also considered as the data. So that is the value of data in day-to-day life. And why data science is important? Honestly, in one single answer, you will get the money out of it. That is one simple thing. Data science, if you have the really good knowledge and everything, you may go up to 15 lakhs as a fresher itself. There are good companies which provide opportunities even for freshers for good amount of package. Like you can at the start only you can get 8 to 9 lakhs of data, my 8 to 9 lakhs per annum packages. So in order to make more money, and data science is a good safety future you can have, because it is one of the hottest jobs of 21st century. If you are working in this domain, there is no shortage of jobs as well in the future for next 10 to 15 years. So there are a lot of stuff to learn. Even machine learning it is a subset of machine learning. There are some machine learning techniques we have to use in order to work in data science as well. So we can take a look at what are the steps, and we can take all the steps for data science. Let's see the next slide. Here it is. These are the hottest topics of the 21st century. So as you know, artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, and deep learning, these all go hand in hand. I think we can come back to the slides. I will explain at this slide at the end. First, let me go through what is data science, and I will 1 second. Okay, as you can see, this is the life cycle of data science. Don't get frustrated when I'm explaining. It's not more of a technical. Whenever it's a data science, in order to complete this task, there are like many teams involved. There is not only one person cannot be doing all these tasks. So don't get overwhelmed by the programming languages they use. Don't get technical or anything. Just be relaxed and just get just get the sense of what I'm saying exactly here. So data science, it is simple thing. One thing I will tell you, data science is predicting the future data, considering the past data, what we get, what we acquired the data. We have to apply some machine learning techniques over the data in order to predict the future data. For example, okay, I will give one example. For example, everybody is aware of cricket. So we'll take Virat Kohli. So Virat Kohli has scored so many runs so far in his career. But if you want to predict how much he'll be scoring in the next World Cup, or how much he will be scoring in the 2022. So for that, we have to analyze all the previous data, previous statistics, where he has scored more runs, in which ground he has scored more runs. So for example, if you see here, a simple question, how many runs Virat Kohli may score in 2022? This is a simple question. So for that, what we need to do, we have to go back since the debut, 2008, how many scored, 2009. So in respective years, how many runs he has scored. We have to understand each and everything, and in which ground we have. These are all called variables. Which ground, which peak, and what are the circumstances, which bowler he has scored more against. So there will be a lot of statistics involved in this data science. So we have to consider all the future data, all 12 years or 13 years of data from 2008 to 2021. So we'll consider all the data, and we consider the average of that data, in which year he scored more runs, in which whether how consistent he is throughout the years. So with all this data, we take into the account, and we predict the data in 2022. Okay, Virat Kohli in test cricket, he might be scoring 1,200 runs. So like this, we have to predict the data. So that is what data science is all about, just predicting the data. and we have to apply all the tools and techniques that includes data. So don't get overwhelmed or anything. The programming languages we are using, so many are there. With each programming language has its own advantages and disadvantages, and each tool has its advantages and disadvantages. So don't worry about anything. If you don't know anything, that is fine. I will start from the complete data science life cycle here. So first one is business understanding. In this, we have to ask all the questions. As I said in the previous example, the question is how many runs Virat Kohli may score in 2022. So for this is simple example here, business understanding. Like this in real life, day-to-day life, we'll be having a lot of questions from the shareholders, from customers in IT industry that we have to deal with. So this is simple example we can take about Virat Kohli. Okay, how many runs he may score in 2022? Then we come to the data mining. Data mining is nothing but gather and scraping all the data necessary for the project. Okay, we'll take that the same example. We'll consider we required 13 years of data. So where we can get this data? This data might be hiding in web servers. If you have heard about ClickBuzz, Crickinfo, so we can get the data available. There are different techniques to gather the data. Sometimes we have to fair service. So there are different techniques. Maybe you have heard about web scraping. Web scraping is nothing but you have to scrape the websites using Python or Selenium. Selenium, you might have heard about, its automation tool. Python is one of the best tool for web scraping. So if you have to scrape a lot of data over there for 13 years, there are different variables are available. For example, how many he has scored run against South Africa, how many runs he has scored against Australia, and in Australia how many is so there are a lot of variables when we are data mining. There are like 50 data mining variables are available over here. Then we'll come to the data cleaning. Data cleaning in the sense, for example, we'll take runs scored in the previous years. So that will be integer. That number, it should be number. It shouldn't be any other than integer. So for example, whenever we are scraping the data, something wrong might come up. Something, for example, in 2012 data, he has scored around 1,500 runs, but it didn't show up in the website. So that data is called inconsistency. For that, we need to fix all the. We have to fix. There are some different techniques for that also in order to fix the data. For example, inconsistent data types will be there, or misspelled attributes will be there, and there might be duplicate values whenever we gather the data. So a lot of factors are coming under data cleaning. So we just at the end of process of data cleansing, it's a cleaning or cleansing, everything is fine. So you have to make sure that the data, whatever output is coming, it doesn't have any inconsistency with the matching data. So as you can see in the next step, there is a data exploration. Data exploration, data exploration, that is the main part. There are different techniques involved in order to doing exploratory data analysis. There are different variables need to be considered. Those variables are called feature variables. There are some techniques, EDA. So these techniques will be involved in the data exploration. Then comes the feature engineering. Feature engineering is nothing but this is where we use the first machine learning techniques. Feature engineering is where it is also called as data modeling. Data modeling in the sense, for Virat Kohli, we have taken 13 years of data without any inconsistency, and we have taken all the whatever inconsistencies are available in the data. We will take that all out. So the presenting data, on that data we'll identify. We'll create the models. We'll create the models on that 13 years of data, including all the variables. On that data, we'll apply machine learning techniques. There are some techniques called as KNN, K nearest neighbor techniques, or decision tree and naive Bayes. These are the algorithms on which using these variables, using these algorithms, will apply it on the machine learning models. So in that step, we have to identify the model that best fits the business requirement. It should go along with business requirement as well. So then we have to train the models on the training data set and test, then select the best performing model. So here we have to use Python programming language and R programming, SAS, any programming language you are comfortable with. So don't worry right now. I'm not going any technical. I'm just saying the outline of this, whatever this cycle I'm saying. This is how a data science person's life will be. From business understanding to requirement to shareholders to data mining, then data cleansing, data exploration, then applying machine learning models. Then comes the predictive modeling. This is the predictive modeling. This is where we create the tests based on these models. Whatever we have created models here, we have to create test cases here. So then in the next step, data visualization. Data visualization, simply the name says data visualizing. In case, like for example, we'll be having a data in Excel sheet. We'll be having a data in Excel sheet for all the 13 years of data. So here we use the tools, for example, Tableau, Power BI. These are a couple of tools where with which we are using. We can use in order to create models or dashboards. Okay, let me show how we can data visualization look like. I have opened the Tableau here. This is the Tableau tool. You can see here, this is the Tableau public. This is the free version. You can also install Tableau public here. There is one more called Tableau. This is the tool. This is the data visualization tool. So you can see here, there is some data about customer ID, customer name, customer state, customer type. So I'm matching the data. So we can put a graph over like this. There is a pie chart. Okay, there are different type of charts are there. In order to understand the data, we are understanding the data. We are see customer state. This is the state, and there are 105 orders. 105 orders in Alabama state. Like this, we have to visualize the data for simple understanding. And at the end of this visualization, we'll create some dashboards. We'll create a dashboards here. Dashboards says it's a story about the data. Dashboard will tell the story about the data. And at the end of this data visualization, we'll deploy and maintain the model. So we have to test the model in the pre-production environment before deploying it in the production environment. It's a whole lot of technical stuff will be there, but I will simply tell you this is how works actually. After this data visualization, when we are deploying, we'll predict the future data using some machine learning algorithms. I will show you one more screen, just how, what you can say, how these models are created using Python programming. I will just, don't worry if you don't understand anything, just see the graph over here. There are some libraries in Python we can use in order for machine learning techniques and everything. This is simple graph I am putting using matplotlib. There is a Python library called matplotlib. So using that, I'm putting a graph. You can see here there is a graph which say a lot about any of the data. See, there are different types of graph. This is you can easily understand what is there in column A, column B, and column C respectively. And see, this is different graph. Then we can enhance using the programming language. We can enhance the graphs like this. See, this is the data of United States. This is the data of China. This is the population of China, how it is increased. We can easily say that without looking into the Excel sheet. We can easily say that with using graphs. So these are. So this is just I'm giving the idea on how data visualization happens in real life. Okay. Up to this, if anybody has questions or anything, this is just the introduction. I don't want to get anything technical. I'm just making you understand if there are like why data science is required. What is that in data science? So if you are from different background or anything, right now don't worry about anything, because when you start one by one, simple, it will happen. Come along, because you are not doing everything alone. There is a set of team will be there for each and every task. For example, if you want to deploy any model, or if you want to create any model, data visualization, for just data visualization, there will be a team of maybe 10 or 15 members depending on the data. So right now you don't need to worry anything. Just see what you need to learn in order to get into the data science. When you get into the field, you will learn one by one. But pretty sure I'm telling you should know the simple programming language. It is not that difficult. Even though if you're not aware of programming language, there are different fields which fields in data science which do not need you programming. For example, statistics. I think many of you have learned statistics even in intermediates. So that doesn't contain much. So there is a mean, median, statistics that require all things. That contains only formulas of mean, median. So you don't need to do any of this. There are a lot of different fields in data science, lot of job opportunities. It's not only programming you can go into the head. So that is the myth actually. Don't worry about all those things. And I want to say you right now, there are some myths about data science. People are saying like if you have only program background, you can do it. And if you are a fresher, it will be really difficult. So don't worry about anything. There will be a huge team whenever you go into the work. There will be a huge team, set of team. They will be assigned to you in order to work any task or in order to achieve any task. So don't get overwhelming in learning anything. So for in order to data science, you should have the domain expertise first, plus some scientific methods. That includes scientific methods includes mathematics and statistics, and some scientific tools uh, with technology, recent technology. Technology includes operating system. I think you all know operating system: Linux, Ubuntu, Windows. So these are operating systems, and application design and libraries. As I said, libraries are there, Python libraries, and data processing tools and Python language. So these are some simple things you need. I don't think that is much to pressurize right now. So if you have any doubt right now, you can ask. I will take 5 minutes of time in between. If you have any doubts, please ask right now.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, you have tell about the numerical data.
Okay.
If if text data is there, then how feature engineering techniques works, or what are the different feature engineering techniques? It is same as that of numerical techniques.
Actually, your voice is breaking. Can you ask the question again?
Sir, I had a written question in chat also.
Okay, let me check. So somebody said screen not visible. Is it visible screen?
Now it is visible, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, the answer to this question is there are a lot of feature engineering techniques. I think I told about KNN, right? When you are doing machine learning techniques at that time, you will be having two types of uh, analysis. There comes the regression analysis are there, supervised learning are there, logistic regression are there. There are three types of regression are there. Logistic regression, clustering, and factor analysis. So each of them have their own specification. So when you get to know at that point, so you will start applying it whenever it is necessary, depending on this business requirement. Depending on the business requirement, you can start applying any of the models. And when it comes to the predictive analysis, there are supervised learning, unsupervised learning. Supervised learning, you have SVM, deep learning, random forests, and Bayesian networks are there. So there are a lot of different techniques. So that is the reason I don't want to get technical. There are people with various backgrounds. So if I start with machine learning, it will be really difficult for them to understand. So I don't want to them overall with all the technique stuffs right now. So I'm just giving the overview. So there are a lot of algorithms in machine learning you can apply depending on the business requirement. You simply cannot take some random algorithm and you cannot apply it on the any set of data. So that data should be business specific. Algorithm should be business specific. So any questions so far? Okay. I will move to the next slide. You can see here the steps I have written here. there is a business problem. As I said, there are questions to be asked in the data science. Data acquisition, you can get it from web servers, logs, databases, and application program interfaces. And then we have to prepare the data by doing data cleansing and transformation. Then we have to do the exploratory data analysis, selecting feature variables, data modeling, applying machine learning techniques. There are different algorithms are available, and for visualization, communication, again, some tools are there here, Tableau, Power BI. Then deploy and maintaining the model. This is the same thing what I've explained in the previous slide. So yeah, now coming to the job. So this is what data science looks like. So coming to the job, there are different job roles when you are starting out in the process. Let me take some time to. Okay, there is a job role called data analyst, machine learning engineer, deep learning engineer, data scientist, the data architect, statistician, business intelligence specialist. So these are different kinds of jobs available in the market for data science role. So data analyst is more of Excel work, data analyst. So he has to analyze the data. So basic programming languages used here are Python, SQL. I think everybody is aware when it comes to the data science. SQL is must and should. It's a structured query language that is helpful to retrieve the data from the tables or any Excel or Access DB, any of the database. So these are the most common languages you require. And for machine learning engineering, you should definitely know the Python programming language. Python and R are the must programming language because we have to code in machine. You have to code in Python for KNN algorithm and SVN algorithm, SVM. So then comes the deep learning engineering. That his role is to study and convert data science prototypes to design and develop machine learning systems and schemes. So whatever model created in machine learning, he has to tune it. He has to fine tune the models using the test results that is happening in the exploratory data analysis. Then come data engineering. Data engineer who should know some programming languages. It's not that you need to know all the programming languages. There are different people who will be there in the team in order to do that. But if you have a good idea about each and everything, instead of learning everything in a bit by bit, you should definitely have one programming language completely. Python and R you should learn. That is for sure for machine learning. So if you should be very good with machine learning techniques, then for Python and R programming language, that is must and should. Even in data scientist as Hadoop, that is a tool, and Python and R are programming languages. And data architect, he is the person. Data architect is the person who creates graph charts. So he will analyze all the data, analyze and integrate all the data. So whatever data sources are available, he has to maintain all the data sources. So these are the programming languages he uses, Hive and Pig. Then statistician, as I told, statistician's work is based on the data in order to create models. So business intelligence specialist, he is the one who identifies trends. Business intelligence specialists will come in. Business specialist intelligence will do these two work: data mining and data visualization. Data mining and data visualization will be done by the BI, business intelligence analysts. So yeah, these are the common programming languages. I have made it simple here. Just learn Python, R, and SQL. These are must and should. MATLAB is good knowledge. If you are having good knowledge, that is fine. And these are the softwares that you should know in data science. Excel, if you have a good understanding of Excel, that is fine. Hadoop is the one which comes under big data, so that is again different. But if you know the tool, that is fine. And Tableau, as I showed you already, Tableau and Power BI help us create dashboards. So is ClickView, Microsoft Azure SAS. These are comes under again when we are doing predictive modeling, predictive analysis. So each of them is having their own advantages. You don't need to rely on any one tool. It depends on the company, how company is using their tools. For example, somewhere for data visualization, some companies using Tableau and some are using Power BI. So you need to adapt for that. Adopt in the sense, if you should have basic understanding of all the data, if you have the basic understanding of all the graphs and everything, so you can do anything. You can learn quickly within 1 week maybe when you start working on it. And since I'm telling you, data science is completely vast. It's not difficult as well. It is handled by so many people for one task as well. So you don't need to much pressurize in learning or giving time to it. So it is really fun to learn data science. This is, I know most of the people have been asking me on how to apply for the job. Many freshers will be asking me very difficult to get a job as a fresher because everybody will ask experience, and it is very brutal outside in order to get the job. If you are not campus placed or anything, it is very difficult. Even I faced some couple of months this thing. So that is the reason I want to share this with you. So first thing is obviously is your resume. If you do want to know different types of resume, you can contact me. But yeah, that resume contains good projects. You don't need to put all your personal details or anything. You should have a good impression. It shouldn't be more than 2 or 3 pages. So it should be like couple of pages with your good impression, whatever you have done. If you are a fresher, I suggest you to put marks as well, your degree marks as well. And one programming language is must. For different kinds of field, it is different programming language. But one programming, if you master one programming, it is really good. Instead of instead of learning each programming language bit by bit, I suggest you to learn one programming language completely. Then, if you should be capable to answer all the questions if they ask anything in that programming language. So mostly for freshers, they don't ask difficult questions in the interview. It is very easy. It's not that difficult to answer that kind of questions. So it will be very easy questions. And even sometimes they don't ask you project specific questions. It will be some random, whatever you know. There are different tools for you to have. For example, for data science, there is a Kaggle website. Let me show it to you, Kaggle. So if you want to practice data science, this is the best website, guys. This is the best. So you can, there are sample data available. You can go into that, research about it, and you can contact with some people in order to start your data science journey. For data science, I suggest you to go for this IDE. This is the best. Anaconda is the best IDE I have came across for data science so far. It will be open like this in Jupyter notebooks. You can execute and one more suggestion for people who are having difficulty programming language. This is the best IDE. If you want to execute anything, this is the best IDE. It is very simple, line by line, everything. If you want to execute line by line, it will throw you everything, answer straight away. So see, like this, it will throw away. If you do any mistake, it will throw error also. It will be showing very quickly. Simple. It doesn't pose a lot of threats here. You don't need to worry about it. It is very simple for people who are learning new to programming language and Python. This is only for Python. You can start with installing this one, and it is very good. It is very good. This is where I started my journey in programming languages, and even I started one by one. One by one, I started learning many of the libraries. This pandas is used for used to import and export data from the Excel or anywhere. Then Matplotlib is one of the tool, and NumPy is there, Scikit, SciPy. NumPy is numerical Python. That is best for if you want to work with arrays like this, for 1 dimension, 2 dimension arrays, multi-dimensional arrays. So that is very helpful to play with. So for that, if you this idea is very simple, guys. This is amazing. This is amazing. Any of the best I came across so far. But even if you install, there are different IDEs available over here. For Python, there is PyCharm, and Simple Idle is also there. You can install. Yeah, this is the best one. For even R Studio is there for machine learning and learning everything. You can do all of the data science stuff here in this. This is the best IDE. If you want to ask me, then this is the best IDE you can start with. Yeah. Then This is about programming language. Then technical interview, as I said, if you master in one programming language, you can proudly say that, okay, I can do any task that is provided in this particular programming language. Then if you have any certifications, I can recommend some of the certifications. If you want to get, there are a lot of courses online available. You can, right now COVID is there. There are a lot of online courses are available for data science that ranges from 1,000 rupees to 2 lakhs rupees. There are master courses of data science as well. So if you have really good I mean, it should be valid. It's not fake certifications. It should be good valid certifications with good projects. So you can choose that. And for me, if I suggest one thing for all the people who are looking out for job, you should have a good network. Whether it may be, you should know some people who are in the industry, uh, like who can refer you, and should have good network even on social media websites. For example, LinkedIn is it's very good. It's for official for IT industry people. So many of them will be there. You can contact so many HRs over there. Uh, you can contact a lot of HRs will be there. If you search with the data science, there will be, you can find a lot of HRs. If you search any company, you will get all the people who are present over there. So you can contact people this way. You should have a definitely good network um, in order to ask them for any reference or any job searching, or you can directly contact them on LinkedIn that I needed some help with this one. Then I definitely suggest this thing. This is very important. If you do projects, there is no need necessary in order for you to do the certifications as well. So minor projects, if you are started with any fresher, you can do some minor projects. Uh, there are a lot of projects available. You can take a simple data, small data, and try to do some machine learning techniques. If I suggest you could start with KNN. KNN is very easy algorithm. Let me show that. I think if I have that one. Yeah, this is when I worked on KNN algorithms. So yeah, this I don't want to get technical. Okay, let it keep it that way. I don't want to pressurize you with any technical stuff. Okay, minor projects are really good. If you are doing that, it will be really helpful, and mainly HRs or I mean technical interviewers will be uh, taking a note on that if you do any minor projects. And you should apply for internship. Don't worry about getting a right away job. There are a lot of, I think some of them are still in college, so I suggest them to go for internships. Definitely, it will help. Even if it's for unpaid internet, no, I don't think so. Uh, they won't pay, but sometimes they will pay. So go for internship. Don't worry about when you are in college. You don't need to worry about money and everything. But when you are into data science, you should expect a lot of money. Don't don't get backside when you are asking for money. Money is definitely needed when you are working data science, especially. There should be a lot. There will be a lot of work in your way, so you definitely deserve the money. So don't go for blind internships where they don't pay you. Ask them if you can pay money and everything. So that is, internships are really amazing. You have a really good experience. I did couple of internship when I was in college, so that is the reason I got a job very early as well. They take a note of it. That is real helpful. And there are job websites. I think you have heard about Naukri, Monster. So there are a lot of different websites available. You can there will be HRs present. You can try to contact them. And last thing you should do is you should definitely sell yourself. I don't know how you like personally will tell you completely depend on you, but you should definitely able to sell yourself when it comes to the getting a job in any industry. It's not only a data science specific, but if you get to any industry, you definitely try to sell yourself. Okay, I did this. I really deserve the job. So that kind of thing you should try to do that. That is the best thing. And this is the data science course. These guys are providing it from the same company as well. I think I will show you this. This is one of the course for data science. There are online. You guys can do the research. There are a lot of courses available. You can check out them on Udemy, or some courses are available on YouTube itself. So this is one of the data science with Python. As I said, Python is must and should for data science coding and everything. Yeah, Python is very reliable. It is not that difficult compared to other programming languages. It is basic, simple English. There is nothing like you have to avoid, use public, something, no semicolon, nothing, no semicolon, no curly brackets, nothing like C program. It is very simple. If you start learning one by one, you will really get interested. Geeks for Geeks, there is a website you can start coding, start learning coding. So that even getting connections on Gigs for Geeks is also helpful. You can build a connection over there. Based on your skills, you can get a job over there right away. And many of the interviews held will be asking the question from Gigs for Geeks. So you can start researching in that way. Yeah, this course will be provided. They will provide a certificate, and that will be content will be access to 6 months. You can spend 3 hours per week in this course, and there will be they will help you with building career and building your resume sessions. How you can, if you have any doubts, you can chat with tech support over there. You can, like, people will be there always to help you over there. Yes, these are the as I said, these are the some important skill when it comes to the data science you need to acquire. Python data analysis. Data analysis, as I said, it's mostly Python programming languages. It includes all the Python and R programming languages, and data pre-processing. Algorithms are there, machine learning algorithms, data mining. As I said, web scraping is one of the type of data mining. Web scraping, there are different libraries are available for data mining. One of them is Scrapy, Selenium. So with Selenium, you can automate the scraping. So that's how you get data mining, then data wrangling. So these are all the tasks you will learn in this course. So complete, it will be providing complete. Yes, as I said, numerical Python is there, pandas. So these are all the libraries you will be learning over here, and definitely will get the certificate. So yes, these are the mentors. Will help you guide through each and everything. And this is the course. What we will be learning content: introduction to Python, arithmetic operators, for loop in Python. These are very simple. You can learn everything, all Python. If you dedicated for like 1 week, that is more than enough. You can learn most of the things in Python. Python is very simple programming language to start with. And if you have the basic idea of C programming language, you will definitely learn it in within 3 to 4 days. All the basic stuff, whether it is a for loop or any of the stuff with numerators, operators, or operators. So a lot of stuff you will very quickly you will learn. It is very simple language. So that is the good to start with. And there are data structures. Data structures include list, dictionaries. Very simple. You don't. It's not like different programming languages where you use all the stuff like curly braces. So many stuff will be avoided here. It is very simple language, but okay, it is very easily you can learn through this course. And NumPy pandas, numerical Python that deals with the mathematical operations and arrays, multi-dimensional arrays. And pandas is the one you can export and import the data from your computer. You can quickly analyze the data, visualize the data. You are importing pandas, and there are some tools called matplotlib. Using that data, you can clearly visualize. And this is one of the projects, mini project, US car dataset analysis. Yeah, this is very good course. I will definitely recommend to go through this one. This is very simple. You can really start with this, but I'm pretty sure once you get into the data science, it will be very interesting. When you have the confidence to ask more money as well. Like when I switched from data science, it will be very difficult for me. Even I admit very difficult at the starting, but it won't take much time. It is definitely the time is worth investing over here in learning data science. I definitely ask because there are like lot of scope in data science. Even if you lose job at one company, you can get it very easily when you are going into the next company. So, it doesn't have end in data science. It is very vast. So if you are really into, there are many people who like people pay like lakhs of rupees in order to in order to learn data science and do masters in abroad and everything, data science, machine learning. So just what my suggestion is, go through all these things once. Just take your time, understand what it is, what you need to do for in order to get the job. Because at the end of the day, job is all that matters, whether you are learning or anything. So this is the reason the course I took is just wanted you to understand the domain knowledge in data science. So if you want to get a job as a data scientist, so this is very simple data science. If you want to get a job, that is very simple. I honestly tell you guys, it is not that difficult. It is very simple. What I started with, it is very simple. Even though I am from computer science, uh, when I got out of college, it is very difficult for me to even code, not like simple coding. When it comes to the IT industry level, it is very difficult to code sometimes. So I felt that I can understand like some of them are different fields, but don't get demotivated in learning anything. It will be very simple. When you started, I suggest you to go through Python programming language at starting. So when you start Python, everything will become simple. That is my suggestion. You go with Python, then loops, then one by one. So if you go on like this, you will definitely come to the level of coding in machine learning techniques. So if you know all the basic things as a fresher, any company will hire you for data science or data science related. So it is very difficult to get a job through data science. That's all I wanted to say. There is a course available. I will share the PPT for you guys. You can go through, and any questions you can drop me over. I will always ready to help you guys. But main thing is you should be able to get a job in data science. When you have like 2 3 years of experience in data science, you can demand any kind of money, and it is never ending domain where I think if you research about data science, this is the like hottest job. As I said previously, this is amazing job you can pursue. Yeah, I hope I thought at least I changed at least to somebody's mind over here. So thanks for joining everyone. I'm really glad. So if you have any questions, yeah, Umang, yeah, something you want. Yeah, you can share the screen and let them know. About, okay. Yeah, sure, please. You can, if you can see the screen, there is a certification. You can fill your name. Very simple. It will take some 2 to 3 minutes. That's it. Just please fill it. Any questions, guys? Please see. This is only reason. It is not technical. I wanted you to feel welcome into the data science. You should be able to get the job. That is my intention. Is you should be able to get the job. So if you feel free to ask any technical questions are welcome, but most of them, if you job oriented, if you really want into the data science domain, domain knowledge questions, anything you can welcome. Please ask the question. Yes, any questions? Please, guys, any welcome, any job related, if you want to apply anything, if you need connections or anything. Okay, thanks for joining everyone. I'm really glad. I'm glad to take this session. Thanks, Umanga, again for giving me this opportunity. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, sure, Lalit. Lalit, right? Or Rishabh?
No, Rishabh.
Okay.
So actually, I wanted to ask that how you made your way through the data science like job and
Yes, I will tell you that actually that is quite good question. So when I was in college, I did not go into the college so many times. I bunked a lot of, like, honestly, I bunked a lot of classes while I was in final year. I had a Java certification, but I never went into Python even during my college. But at the end of the year, when I wanted to go into the placement, so I started learning Python. I started researching about data science by myself. I did not pursue any courses, so I asked some of the seniors over there. I made some connection on LinkedIn. So I asked them, okay, I wanted to data science, what I should do. So everybody said, go through some online courses, go through some. So I asked my teachers as well when I was in college. So I started with learning Python. I learned Python for almost 1 to 1.5 months. Since I was also not good at that programming, it took me a lot of time to understand all the concept in Python. So I learned Python. Then I moved on to the some Python libraries are available, uh, like NumPy, Pandas. So one by one, I started learning all the libraries. Then I understood, okay, this data science life cycle, whatever I've explained. I understood the data science life cycle, whatever tools are there, whatever techniques are involved. So I started learning one by one. At the same time, I did not wait for completion of all the technologies, whatever I want to learn. I started applying right away. I started applying like 10 to 15 websites that include Monster everywhere. So it's very brutal to get a interview from the HR when you are applying like that. So I contacted all the HRs on LinkedIn. So I talked to them. Okay, there are opportunities available. So then I got like after some 10 to 15 people contacted me again. Out of that, I got some 4 to 5. So then I applied for one. Fortunately, it was good interview. It took me for 1.5 hours. So he asked me about all about. Actually, I was my role was to data mining, as I said, business intelligence analyst. So I started with web scraping, all the data mining, data visualization. I knew Tableau, so that was Tableau is very good. You can learn that. So I knew Tableau, basic Tableau I knew. So since I was a fresher, he started with, okay, you can learn. I made promise that I'm definitely able to learn. I'm definitely able to better. So now I'm here 3 years. It is everything worked out pretty well so far. So yeah, it's like that only. You have to apply in many websites. You have to keep on trying on LinkedIn, making connection people. So like that. But the first thing is obviously Python. If you want into data science, learn Python. Very simple programming language.